What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a piercing tour. So I haven't posted in a while, so since then I've gotten a couple, not a lot, I don't think, not a lot, but I have gotten a couple more piercings than what I had before. So I will be talking about 3 different aspects of it. So pain, obviously, the healing process, and how life altering the piercing is, how many changes you have to make in your life once you get the kind of piercing that I have. As of right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 piercings. So I'm going to be talking about each and every one of those. And if you have any questions or want to see what it's like to get any of these, just keep on watching. We're gonna do this least painful to most painful. So let me see on the pain scale. So I have 3 lobe piercings. Obviously the lobes, they don't hurt. You get them things when you're like an infant. Well, I didn't get them when I was an infant, but a lot of people do. So obviously that kind of pain literally is 0. The thing is, for this 3rd one, I did not get that done at a piercing shop, or not even at Claire's, which you shouldn't do, but my mom did them for me. Honestly, still weren't even painful, but because we didn't have the right tools and my ears decided to be like leather and denim stacked up in one, the needle would not go through, and so she kept having to stab at it. Yeah, so on the pain scale, literally each and every one of these lobes a fat 0. Next painful one would probably be my septum. Well, yeah, septum, nose, whatever. So I do have my septum pierced. That one, it's honestly more uncomfortable versus painful. You know, what can I describe the feeling as? You know when you get a really bad scratch in your nose and it like tingles and burns for a second? That's literally all I felt. I didn't even it wasn't even bad when the needle went through. It's just like the sensation afterwards, and then you're like you want to sneeze, kind of like everything is all, I don't even know how to explain it, but anyway, yeah, it's kind of like that. So it's not necessarily like the pain scale, I give it like a 2. It's not painful at all, not for me at least. I've heard people say otherwise. So the next piercing that we are going to be talking about, it's literally the same as a septum. I give the pain like a 2 on my nostril nose piercing. So I do have 2. So I have a stab right here, hoop right here. Yeah, honestly, it's literally what they call it. It's like, oh, like a big pinch or whatever. So the pain there is absolutely nothing. It was so quick and easy. So if you think about getting your nose pierced, do it. Next on the pain scale would probably be my Rook. I have my Rook pierced. It's honestly irritated right now. I don't know if you can see a bump, but there is like a slight one. This one gives me so much trouble. We're gonna talk about that later though. Pain wise, that one was definitely a little bit more painful. On the pain scale, what I give it? I give it like a 4. Honestly, what hurt the most wasn't the needle. What hurt the most was the lady putting the jewelry in. She was kind of struggling for a second, and I was like, oh my god, no. So yeah, but honestly, the Rook, it wasn't that bad getting the piercing. Yeah, it's like a cartilage piercing. It's fine. It doesn't really hurt that bad getting it. So pain scale like a 4, because obviously it's a thick piece of cartilage. You're gonna feel something. You're gonna feel a little something there. That's it for that one. And then my most painful piercing is in fact my tongue, but hear me out. I don't think it was supposed to be as painful as it was, but the thing is, you need to be prepared for this, because I wasn't ready for it. And obviously this can happen in any part of your body, but it's like, I don't know, sometimes I think I'm invincible and like bad things can't happen to me. So with my beautiful tongue ring, my piercer guy hit a nerve, and I'll literally put up the video. It didn't hurt initially. The needle went like halfway through and it was fine. And then when I got through that halfway point, I felt like a really sharp like ting, and I was like, this isn't right. And so when he put the needle through, I was like, whoa. And I'm gonna insert the video, but I have like a cup of mouthwash in my hand that I had to use afterward, and you can literally hear me crunch the cup because I'm like, oh my god, what was that? Yeah, so that's why that was my most painful. The thing is, I don't think it was supposed to be. If he didn't hit a nerve, it wouldn't have been that bad at all, I don't think. And a lot of people say, they're like, oh my god, are you done? Like, I didn't even feel it, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm thinking, I don't think it was supposed to be like that. Obviously, you can't see nerves, so it's not like he's a bad piercer, but you can't see a nerve. And because he poked that little nerve, I was like, okay, my tongue's numb. You know, like you bite it, your tongue gets numb, it goes away. The nerve is severed. It did not go away, and I cannot feel the left tip of my tongue, and I haven't been able to in months. I got this months ago. So, and this thing heals in what, like a week? So yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere. Honestly, it's not crippling. I wish I did have sensation in the left of my tongue, but I don't. So be prepared. If you get your tongue pierced, you might get nerve damage. Honestly, if you get anything pierced, you might get nerve damage. But yeah, be aware, be prepared. I still get it again. Oh, actually, I would never get this piercing again. Because I told myself, no, I won't get this piercing again, because after I have it for a certain amount of time, it's gotta go, because I don't want to jack up my mouth. But yeah, for the pain for that, I gave it like a 6, 5, or 6. And I'm telling you, even my most painful piercings, I don't think are that bad, and I don't think it was supposed to hurt as much as it did, but oh well, what can you do? Now we will be talking about healing. We're gonna be doing least difficult to heal versus most difficult to heal. Number 1, obviously, least is the lobes. You literally clean that mess with salt water, you're good to go. It takes, I don't know how long. Not bad whatsoever. Really quick and easy and simple. Just clean them like you're supposed to, leave them alone, and nothing bad will happen. Number 2, what did I say? Number 2 will probably be nose. So, I mean, obviously, like nose and septum are they're like the same for me. Actually, no, that's wrong. Nose is fine. Nose is honestly, it's like tender. It's more like a sore feeling. So the second hardest to heal is probably nose. So nose was fine though. I mean, you clean it, it's just gonna be a little bit sore and tender, but other than that, you'd be fine. Number 3 on the scale would definitely be septum. The only thing different about septum and nose is that nose is, like I said, tender and sore. Septum kind of stings, it burns when you get your septum done. I didn't get like a burning sensation with my nose ring, so that's why I rated that one a little bit higher, just because you don't really get that like stinging kind of thing going on. Obviously it's not terrible, anyone can do it, and then once you get it done, you're like good to go. Number 4 on the healing scale would definitely be my tongue, and the thing about it is that honestly I didn't find it terrible. It was more of an annoying healing process. It's so short though that you don't have to suffer for that long, because obviously it takes like a week. Your tongue is an organ that heals really fast, so the healing time is no time at all, but it's kind of brutal. Obviously if you don't touch either of these, like they won't get irritated, but the thing is everybody talks and everybody eats, so it's definitely going to be moving a lot while you're trying to heal it, and that makes it a little bit difficult. So yeah, but honestly your tongue gets swollen and you have like a fat list, and I mean it's sore, like you move it and it's sore, but yeah, you can get through it though. I mean, especially with me, I felt really uncomfortable after it even healed, and I was like, oh my gosh, it keeps getting irritated, like I don't know what's going on, and it's because of my bar. So when I tell you change the bar when you can change the bar, change the bar, because the bar was really messing with me. I have a really short one. I think the general one that I usually find when I look up tongue rings is 16 millimeter. This one is like a 12, I think, so it's pretty short, but I like it to be a little bit more snug versus that big bar, because the 16 is what he pierced me with, and that one was fine for swelling, but obviously once the swelling goes down, you have a fat bar in your mouth and it's very uncomfortable. Take it out whenever you can, change it, and you'll be good to go. And then the most annoying to heal is definitely this Rook. I have had it for what, almost 7 months. It's still healing. I knocked it a little bit ago. There's like the tiniest bump. It's sore. Dude, when I tell you this thing is so hard to heal, get yourself like a pillow, like a donut pillow with a hole in it, and I just sleep in the center of it right now, because dude, when I tell you this thing is not working, it's not working. And I watched this one guy, I completely trust every word that he says about piercing, because he's been doing it for a really long time. So I was like, let me look it up, let me see what he says. And he was like, yeah, the Rook is a really hard one to heal. It's a big piece of cartilage. Don't touch it, don't move it, don't do anything. And sometimes you can just never go to sleep on that side again. I was like, huh? So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I just need to channel some patience. But yeah, and then the third topic is how life altering, how many life changes you have to make after you get this piercing. So obviously lobes, nothing. Sometimes hair gets caught in it, but like, and it's not even like it hurts if you pull on it. Like it's not one of those where it's like, oh, snag my earring. Like, unless you really yank it, it doesn't hurt. Obviously lobes are so easy to heal. You can just take it out, like you're good. Number 2 on how life altering it is probably be the Rook. I mean, if you have like a healed one and you're lucky and nothing happens to it, I assume that it's fine. Like, I mean, it's all the way in there, so what's gonna really mess with it? You don't have to change any of your ways unless it's not healed. healing. Then it's pretty bad because then you like can't sleep on whatever side you got it pierced on. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I assume if it was healed or anything, like you'd be fine. There's nothing crazy different that you have to do because it's just another earring. So the third is definitely like the nose area, like my nose rings. You have to change a few things in your routine. Like I wear rings sometimes, and so I used to keep them on all the time. I like never took them off. And then sometimes I would forget that I had these things in my face, and I would go wash my face, and then the ring gets caught and I snag on it, gets ripped out of my nose, and I want to cry and die at the same time. So that one's like that's like in an extreme case where you really forget that your piercings even exist on your face. Obviously you wear rings, take them off, you'll be set, but you have to be careful because sometimes when you go to sleep things like to get caught. Like this one literally came out last night while I was asleep, and I put it back in today and I wanted to cry because it hurts really bad. I've had both of these. This one I've had for about 2 years. This one I've had for a year. The way that I go to sleep, it comes out, I have no ring in there for like 2 hours. 2 hours. How long am I sleeping? I have no ring in there for like 4 or 5 hours, and it goes back in like I never got the ring. Like the way that it's so freaking squeezy in that thing. But yeah, so it comes out like nobody's business, and it doesn't go back in easily at all. So it's not terrible. Honestly, this one's just short, and this one completely fine. Like obviously it goes through my nose, like it's not just gonna pop out. Next one on the list, obviously this is from least to greatest. For Septum, obviously it doesn't really get yanked on, because like why would it get yanked on? The thing is, I have allergies. I blow my nose a lot. I get boogers a lot. So wiping that area, especially if you just get it done, definitely can be a struggle. Literally, I just go under now, and I just have to sit here and like change my whole technique on how I blow my nose. So it's honestly not the worst thing in the world. But if you get boogers, okay, this is TMI, but when you get boogers and you have like the little crusties that get caught on the nose ring, if you accidentally move that thing and it goes through the hole, oh my gosh, it burns, it stings. It's the most annoying thing. When you get a big chunk of booger going through there, it stings. So I say just be prepared, clean it regularly if you need to. Like that's pretty much it for that one. And then the most life-altering one is obviously my tongue, just because you have a metal bar in your mouth now and it's just chilling in there, and so some things have to change. One of the big things that I realized is that as tempting as it is to go and like play with it, you can't do that. You can't move your tongue every which way because it's gonna knock it to your teeth 24/7, and nobody wants any chipped teeth around here, so I can't do that to myself. I will never forgive myself. Even when it comes to eating, like I have to be careful, especially when I had a bigger bar in. It was so easy to just chop on that thing. I literally did it one time and I was like, oh my god. I was like, holy crap, I just crunched on this titanium metal bar in my mouth. In that case, you definitely have to be a bit more careful while you're eating. Another thing is when you eat food and then you get food like stuck in little crevices everywhere, you can't just go and get them like you used to. Like you can't just be like, and go get that thing, because then it'll, that hurt doing that. I don't want to do that at all. But it, like you go and you try to get up there, but your tongue is gonna touch all your teeth. And so I don't do that anymore. I usually take whatever I'm drinking and I just like go like mouthwash to get everything out, because I can't just go across and like grab everything that's left over, because then I'm gonna go clink 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 all over my teeth, and nobody wants that. Also, if you like to stick your tongue out, obviously I don't want to keep hitting my teeth every time I stick my tongue out, because I used to be like all the time, but now I have to open my mouth like extra wide if I want to stick my tongue out like on a whim, and you have to be careful not to hit your teeth. But honestly, it's something that I can live with. Like I can do it for a little bit. Once I get to a certain stage in my life, I'm definitely gonna just take it out. It doesn't matter that much to me. It's that I want it to be edgy and cool, so I got it. And yeah, so yeah, I mean, other than that, having a tongue ring is kind of cool, especially because I have like a little shiny one, so it's really fun. I'm like, it's just chilling in there, living its best life, sparkling. So that's pretty much all I have for this video. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.